Anin, Zimagnish Indigenous Cause, and welcome back to Niiji Sobriety Chat. Today, let's talk about maybe trying to stay positive and being uplifting to other people, or maybe just leaving them the fuck alone if you don't like them. It's okay not to like people. If there were certain people you didn't like, we're all human. I don't like everybody. I'm far from perfect. But, when it's okay not to like somebody, but when you're going out of your way to trip them up, then, that's verging on bullying. And, not every action needs to have some kind of retaliation to it. Things stopped by the bigger person putting their foot down and saying, I'm not going to lower myself to this level. And we don't know how other people are struggling. So, if you're sitting there fucking with them, you're making their journey a lot harder on them than it has to be. And I keep my circle tight, real tight. It's under 10 people. And so I've learned my lessons in the past. I don't let a lot of people get close to me. If I get that vibe from you, vibes are everything, then you're never going to get close to me. Maybe nothing that you did wrong yet. But when I get the vibe, I learned in the past that maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe a couple years later, I'm going to find out why I had that vibe. Now, the other thing, if you don't like somebody, just leave them alone, man. That reflects on you as a person if you're going out there and screwing with people. Guard against yourself. Granted, in some situations, it's, and there's nothing wrong with sticking up for yourself. But just be sure you do that tactfully. Watch your own bobber, man. And, karma's a bitch. And I do believe in it. Because I'm not going to say I've been a victim of karma. I've had things happen to me that I totally deserved because of karma. Because I wasn't always a nice person. I wasn't always in recovery. And when you're in recovery, you know that you're not better than anybody else. Because you know where you've been and you know the struggles you've had. And, when you look around, other people can be having similar struggles or, even different. They're struggling. Leave them the fuck alone. We should be uplifting people. It doesn't kill you to give a compliment. I do it all the time to people I don't like. Just because that's what I should do to justify, not even justify, but if, like I said, if I don't like somebody, it's no reason to hate. And you should be lifting other people up. You should be telling them, when they do good shit, you should be telling them you're proud of them. You should give them that encouragement. Myself, I went through the early stages of my recovery by myself because recovery looks different to all of us. Mine was a deeply internalized struggle. I did go to talking circles for a while, but then if you need that, you need that. I needed it a little bit at the time. I needed to know what it was at the time. And then I didn't need it anymore. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just, like I said, my early recovery, even till like now, It's internalized, and you do need to talk about it. I talk about it some on here. Um, I see a shrink at the VA, so I get a lot of professional help for how I am, and the progress that I've made is when I started seeing my shrink. She wanted to see me once to twice a week, and now we're out to every 6 weeks. And I can call in case I need to see her sooner, but I'm proud of myself. And part of that is also, knowing that something's wrong to fix it, or not having too big of an ego to admit something is wrong. Because abstinence is, it's just one brick in the wall to what sobriety is. There's healing, there's self-examination. I've always been the kind of person I need to know the why behind everything, not just recovery, but why do people act the way they do? Why did this happen? How can I prevent it from happening? So I've become very good at learning lessons. And, I just want everybody to do good. Why wouldn't you want everybody to do good? If you think you're doing good yourself, then you should want everybody to be doing the same. And, I have found out that a lot of people who don't like to encourage other people, or, go out of their way to be mean or cause trouble for people, they're not healed yet. They might not know they need to heal. It's not your place to tell them they need to heal, but keep that in mind when you're dealing with them, because that'll help you a little bit. So, just other things. Bulldogs won last night. Go Dogs. We won North Dakota in the semifinals. Now we're in the finals. Yay, go Dogs. Spent 24 hours in Facebook jail. I don't know why. Apparently I like too much stuff on Facebook. It's been a while, so I guess I will not be liking everything on Facebook. I have over 5,000 followers. If I see your stuff, I try to give you some kind of emoji just to let you know I'm there, and apparently Facebook doesn't like that, because Facebook is not a place for friends anymore. So, but I'll tell you what, it looks like maybe the bad weather's over for a while. 3 blizzards in a week is enough for me. And, hey, peace out, do good things. Gig Wobman.